Okay, we got a beautiful overcast day here in Alaska. The question is, why did I go off grid? Well, there was two reasons. One, retirement, and the other was I just wanted out of the city. The hustle and the bustle and the noise and all the greed and hate and stuff like that. I just want peace and quiet. And I love being able to go out in my yard and build a bonfire whenever I want without the neighbors complaining. And if I want to target in one of my guns, I can just sit in my front yard and do it. Got the freedom to do whatever I want out here, and it's nice. Now the retirement part was, I've been self-employed most of my life. I have no retirement. I've got no 401k. So I had to put something together for myself. Now, 3 years ago, I got injured really bad and ended up spending 3 years in recovery. And as a result, I'm not able to go back to the line of work I used to do. So I was really blessed to be as far along on my property as I was and be able to move into it, because without this and no income, I don't know where I would have ended up. I would have been in big trouble. We don't know from one day to the next if we're going to get injured in such a way that we can't go back to work. And if we don't have something to fall back on, it's a done deal, It's like everything you work for your whole life's gone. So there are two different types of people out there that go off grid. And when they say that 90% fail, I think that there should be two different categories. There are those who are serious about it and those who are just looking for a cheap, easy, free ride. So when I watch YouTube videos and I see those people that they've got cabins and they've got farms and they've got farm animals and stuff like that, and they've spent the money on the solar equipment and stuff like that, those are the people that are serious. And I think if they did a survey on those that failed, I think you'd probably only be down in the 10 or 15%, maybe 20% of those that failed. That failure number, I think, is skewed by all the people that don't take it serious. So they're willing to give up some of the comforts that society has, that they grew up with and they're accustomed to, in order to not have to pay as much to live. That way they can work a part-time job or maybe even not work. And some of them live in squalor. But they accept that. And they will for a time. But it won't be long before that even gets old. They buy $200 or $300 generators and a $300 solar array from Home Depot or Harbor Freight, and they think they're good to go. Those break down. The building that they're living in needs maintenance. And if they don't know how to do it, or they do it wrong, or it doesn't get done, the building they're in is going to fall apart and they're going to have to move out. I mean, it doesn't take much for black mold to take over, and if the health department gets wind of it, man, they'll condemn the building and you'll have to move right then and there, or spend many thousands of dollars for proper mold abatement. I've seen a few people on YouTube say they went off grid, but they didn't last very long, and their biggest complaint was, it's just hard work. Well, anything in life is hard. If you want it bad enough, it's hard work. So we happen to live in a millennial age now where these kids are saying, well, I wasn't born with ambition, but you were. Because you were born with ambition, you need to take care of me while I sit here and do nothing. You owe it to me. Well, that's a shame. These people that move out off grid for the minimalist lifestyle, if they're in their 20s, maybe early 30s, That's fine. They come out for a few years, they fail, they go back into society, get a job. And maybe later in life they attack it differently because they've got a little experience. Or maybe they just decide they don't want to do it at all again. But if you're middle-aged and you're out here and you've wasted 4, 5, 6 years out here, and you're pushing 50, and you're forced to go back into society, you're going to pay hell. And all those years that you wasted not building a retirement or building a future, they're gone. You never get them back. Since I've moved out here, I have foregone fishing trips, hunting trips. I dedicated all my time to my property and all my money. I didn't waste it on anything that wasn't needed. And because of that, I'm set up. You know, I put about $250,000 into this place. But I have all the comforts of a home in the city. And all the stuff I bought was name brand, top of the line stuff. So I know it's going to last me for years and years. So I don't have to do without. And now, when my retirement comes in 3 years, I can live very comfortable. I just got 3 years to get through until that time is here. But if you're going to live off grid, you need to take it serious. If not, it can really do a number on your whole life, your whole future. But those are the reasons why I moved off grid. To secure my retirement, since I had none. And because I just love being out here in the forest and coming out and walking in my front yard and standing there next to a moose that's eating and having a little conversation with him. This is what life's all about, especially in your senior years. Just kick back and take it easy and enjoy it. And I've worked hard for it, so I deserve it. And you work hard for it too, and you'll deserve it.